We know hospitals are in crisis in Gaza, plunged into chaos, lacking food, water, medicine, and now electricity. At the largest hospital in the Gaza Strip, premature babies and intensive care patients are now dying. I want to bring in now Sam Mednick from the Associated Press, live for us in Jerusalem tonight. Sam, I know you spoke with a nurse at that hospital this evening. What did they tell you about the conditions there?
Health officials at the Al-Shifa hospital say they are exacerbated. They say there are about 20,000 people as well as 15 patients trapped in this hospital amid dwindling supplies as well as ongoing gunfire. I spoke to this nurse tonight. He works for the aid group Doctors Without Borders. His name is Mohammed. He described the situation as horrific. He said he was in the Al-Shifa hospital on Saturday and that there was an aircraft firing at people as they were trying to leave. He said he saw at least 10 injured people lying on the road in front of the hospital. At one point, a woman reached out to him asking him for help. He was unable to even cross the road because there was so much gunfire. He just said it was too dangerous. He said the situation is so dire that he doesn't even have clean drinking water for himself. He has to crack open these freezer packs in order to drink the liquid that's inside of them. The hospital since Saturday has run out of fuel. It has resulted in the death of at least 7 people, including 3 premature babies. There are 36 other babies that are at the risk of dying because there is no electricity. Israel did say that on Saturday it left about 300 liters of fuel outside this hospital, but it's unclear if anyone in the hospital has taken the fuel or if they are using it. Israel is still continuing with these pauses, these humanitarian corridors, to allow people from the north of Gaza to go to the south. But Palestinians who have taken the routes say that they're being harassed by Israelis while they're traveling, and that they're still being targeted in the south. On Sunday, there was a strike in the city of Khan Yunis that killed about 13 people and injured about a dozen more.
Yeah, Sam, some of these details are hard to hear. And meanwhile, we know clashes on the Lebanese border and the West Bank continue. Can you provide us any updates on that conflict?
Yeah, there is this growing concern that these clashes along the northern border with Lebanon are getting worse. On Sunday, Israel said that there were about 15 launches from Lebanon into Israel. Israel managed to take down 4 of them. The rest fell into open fields, they said. But 7 Israeli soldiers were lightly injured and 10 other people were wounded. Israel struck back with its fighter jets and hit Hezbollah infrastructure within Lebanon. Now, these clashes come a day after the head of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, made his second speech since the beginning of the war. Nasrallah said that his fighters had new weapons. He said that they had missiles with bigger warheads on them and that he was going to continue the pressure on Israel. While there is this escalation on the northern front, there is also fighting in the occupied West Bank. On Saturday night, there were clashes in the city of Jenin with Israeli fighters as well as militants. Palestinian officials said that at least 2 people were killed. Many people were taken prisoner. The United Nations has said that more than 160 people in the West Bank have been killed by Israeli soldiers since the beginning of the war, and 8 people have been killed by Jewish settlers.
Okay, Sam Mednick live from Jerusalem tonight with that update. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.